Yo, it's early in the morning. Oh, it is cold out here. I live in the mountains in the country now. For those of you who are not unfamiliar with my channel. Yo, my neighbor's light, like upstairs, it looks like a horror movie. Look, look, look. See that little red light? It's always on. But I can't sleep. And I made a video earlier and I was crashing out on the video. And I'm like, yo, let me not post this because I'm either going to gain massive amounts of subscribers or y'all are not going to subscribe anymore. But I was crashing out for real. But I believe in just being yourself, man. And it's early in the morning. So I'm going to drop this story. It is story time with your boy Jay. The story of my addiction. This is a true story. Well, it's kind of like how it started. And it's crazy too, because it has to deal with someone who was my people's, man. He was my people's, and he passed away. He passed away a few months ago. And I missed his funeral. And I think I mentioned him in the upload about letting people go. Fuck, I'm gonna say your name, man. Rest in peace to my brother TJ. I missed your funeral. I missed the balloon release. I would have been there, but I didn't know about it till afterwards, and no one really understood. No one. I don't think people were familiar with. I don't know who was in your life, man. I don't know who was in your life, and I'm not gonna mention how this brother passed, but it was untimely, and you didn't deserve it. And from the bottom of my heart, brother, if you watching down from heaven, I'm sorry that I didn't get in contact with you. I said that before on that upload of my channel. I don't script these, man, but this is for you. I'm dedicating this to you, my brother, TJ. I love you, brother. You was always a little bit older than me, but we had some times back in the day. So I got to tell this story because the irony is, you play a role in my addiction, like how it started. So y'all buckle up, man. Buckle up. Y'all gonna love this, man. Y'all gonna love this, man. And y'all think I'm playing, man. I look like shit. Look, excuse my language, but look. See, I tried to shave this down. This all connected, but then it looked weird. Like I had like the little Adolf Hitler, like I was from Germany, like I was from Munich. And then I also messed this up, so I had to shave this down because I was trying to be cute with it, but then it was too thin. So now I got the Amish beard. Whatever. Look, I don't care, man. This is for my subscribers. Like, this is real. I don't want to be like anybody. Shoot, it's 5 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. What y'all up watching this for? No, I don't know when I'm gonna post this, but hold up, man. Got me out here messed up. Look, y'all think I'm playing. You know what I'm saying? 5 o'clock in the morning. Oh man, shout out New Breed showing me some love. My brother TJ, man. Love you, brother. Love you, brother. When I was oh yeah, let me just get this out the way, man. Jared, the 20-year recovering sex addict, 20-year recovering abusive sex addict. No filters, no edits, no redos. I know my face is all big in like the camera, but I really barely got any drawers on. I'm trying to make this with like my sack hanging out. Jared, your sack hanging out. What you looking at it for? So I'm big facing the camera right now, okay? Sorry. Deal with it, man. This for my subscribers, man. I love y'all. I love y'all. YouTube don't be giving me no love. Don't show me shit. Excuse my language. I'm sorry. I look like crap. Like, look, yo, it's 5 o'clock in the morning and I'm about to tell this story. Shoot, man. I can't think. Let me sit around. Let me stand while I'm talking, man. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I gotta say this. Damn, TJ, I love you, man. Yo, so how do I want to word this? I was just thinking about this too, man. No one knows this story, bro. No one knows this story, man. I love you, man. when I met, how do I even begin to say this? I am addicted to, I am a sex addict, okay? I'm a sex addict and I'm addicted, whatever. I'm addicted to cream pies. I'm not going to get, I've mentioned this before. Don't ask me what that is. YouTube, please don't flag me. I have kind of have a thing for intimacy and getting women pregnant and that connection, that I'm not just out here slanging D to everybody. I do have horror tendencies, but I'm not a slut. Okay, I'm a serial relationshipper. Is that what that's called? And I've always had a girl since I was like 15, 16 years old. Like, I'm dead ass serious. I've always had a girlfriend or multiple girlfriends all the way up until like 40 years old. The only times that I did not have one is when I was kind of at a loss of freedom. You know, the last place you want to have a girl is when you're locked up. We're not going to go there. So outside of those times where I kind of wasn't outside, I've always had a girlfriend. And shout out to someone that was always there for like 20 plus years. She was like my bottom. Y'all know what that means? Y'all don't know what that means. Whatever. But she was one of the very few women that were like, Jared, just because a girl like you and just because she shows interest in you and want to be with you, like, you don't have to sleep with them. That didn't dawn on me till like later on in life. But shout out to you for ever pointing that out. Because I'm like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Anyway, me and TJ, man, like, we had way, way, way back in the day. I think you was like 19 and I was like 15, 16, because you was always a few years older than me. But we had met these two girls. And I think, I swear, I think we was at, I'm just going to say name for real. I think we was at Freehold Raceway Mall. That's where we met them. I think that's where we met them. And it was crazy because the two girls, one was your age, the other one was like around my age, but I ended up messing with the older chick and you ended up messing with the younger chick. So, man, I always shout out I ain't gonna say your name. Fuck, I'm gonna say your name anyway. Yo, Amy, if you ever watch this, like, that whole scenario, us with TJ, like, you kind of the reason I am the way that I am now. And TJ, you played a part in that shit. You my boy, man. And I'm sorry, I'm cursing this. It's early in the morning. Anyway, when we met y'all, right? We had a good time, and you can't predict how the vibe is going to go. Like, the way the vibe was, like, I just so happened to vibe with the older chick and you happened to vibe with the younger chick, even though the younger chick was under 18. You were still 19, even though she was under 18. And I was like, oh man, I think I was like 16. I think I was like 15. I think I had just turned 16 and she was 19. But the vibe is the vibe, right? So I don't think I didn't sleep with you right off the bat, but we had plans. You know what I'm saying? Like, we had plans. And so I forgot how the plans happened, but we were supposed to meet up with y'all, like, either like somewhere down the shore. I don't know. But I know earlier on in the day, TJ, me and you was kicking it and we like, we need to go get some weed. You know what I'm saying? So neither one of us had a car. I know I didn't have a license. I didn't even have an ID. And you had this old ass, like, I think it was your pop. I don't even know if it was I don't know. It was an old ass, like, 80 something Dodge Omni, no plates, no nothing. So we went to so-and-so crib, stole his plate, threw the plate on the back, fake plate, no ID, no license, no registration, no insurance, no nothing, and we go down the hill. So when we going down the hill, it's me and you riding. We like, we gonna get some weed. Then we gonna get up with these. I'm sorry, I don't mean to say hoes. We gonna get up with these girls, and we gonna have some fun. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even know if I had sex with you yet, or if he has sex with the chick yet. I don't remember. I mean, I know we both smashed, but I'm just saying, like, at that point in time, I don't even remember, right? So we driving, and as we driving, we about to get on the highway, we about to go down the hill. That's down the hill slang for we about to go to the hood, go get some weed. This is y'all know weed is being legal now. And this was the 90s, man. Well, none of that going on. Y'all know weed is being legal now. And back in the day, nah, they'll have your ball sack out on the street just for a couple of 20 bags. So anyway, we driving. The entrance to the highway is like, it's like a half a mile up. And I'm not gonna say what town cop car passed by us, but we only got one plate. And the city that we're in, you can either have a front plate and a rear plate. I think we only had the rear plate. So they see two niggas, driving in a little Dodge Omni. I had mad hair, like big ass. I look like, Method Man in the Bring the Pain video and stuff. And your dark skinned ass driving behind the wheel. You look like a criminal. I look like I just robbed somebody. And the cop, like, we driving. He looked back in the mirror, he looked at me. I'm like, yo, did he pull behind us? He's like, I don't know. He's like, oh shit, he pulled behind me. So I'm like, yo, bust this right. So we bust the right. We went down the street, we zoomed down the street, we pulled over, and we hop out. We hopped out and we went all the way to the doorstep and started acting like we were pushing the doorbell. You see the cop slow roll. I forget if it was like one cop or two cops, I don't know. But he slow rolls, he's grilling us, looking, but we at the, you know what I'm saying? Like, they ain't got a reason to run the place or nothing. So we at the step of the house. We don't even know these people. You know what I'm saying? We don't even know these people. And, you know what I'm saying? They roll by like 5 miles an hour. They look, and then they just keep going. So once they get all the way down the street, we should have been smart. We should have been smart and just called it off right then and there. But no, we stupid. And we get back in the car and we boom, like, yo, let's hit the highway. Let's go grab the weed. So we go all the way down the hill. I forgot how much weed we grabbed, right? But we grabbed the weed, and, we should have grabbed the weed and just went back to the crib, or your crib, chilled out until we got up, because I know later on when we got up with them, the girl that you was messing with, she had to wait. Who had the car? I don't know, but they was coming to pick us up, right? They was coming to pick us up, but no, we got on some nigga shit. Sorry, excuse my language. And we riding around. We riding around the hood, rolling up blunts, smoking. Now keep in mind, I don't have no license. You ain't got no license. No insurance, no registration, no nothing, right? God, no registration, no insurance, no nothing, right? I think by like even when we smoked the first blunt, we still could have got back on the highway and went home, but we didn't do that. So you had already rolled up a blunt. I think I was rolling up a blunt. I'm not even sure. I don't even know. But all of a sudden, we riding down the street, and then we went right into, oh my God, right into a crime scene. All right. They got the left side of the street blocked off. They got the right side of the street blocked off. And the only place we can go is straight. So we go straight. And as soon as you see the cop in the middle of the street, it looks like, I think there was a shooting. I don't know how many people got shot, but you know what I mean? We rolled right into a crime scene. So the cop is like, you know what I'm saying, rolling. I'm like, yo, we look at each other. I'm high, you high. I'm like, yo, we fucked. And so, we roll into the stop. We pull up, and there's the wagon. There's like the police wagon, not like a coroner wagon or nothing like that, but it's just like, it's a crime scene. So we pull up. And the cop, like, we roll down the window. He's like, license, smoke start billowing out the car. The cop's like, license, registered, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yo, we ain't got it. He's like, what you mean you ain't got it? Like, bro, we ain't got it. Cop comes over to me. I had like weed on I think you gave me the weed because I was a juvenile at the time. And I knew that, you know what I'm saying, I'll take the charge because I'm the juvenile. But I don't even think the cop thought that I was under 18. Because I looked like I had a big ass beard. Even back in the day, I was buying liquor at like 14, 15 years old, right? So the cop come over to me. He's like, wait a minute, license, registered. He's like, nothing. I'm like, yo, I ain't got nothing. He's like, yo, both of y'all niggas just get out the car. Get out the car. So we get out the car. We immediately get put in handcuffs. And we get put in handcuffs. They put us in the back of the wagon. Like it was like a police van. But they had the AC on like 30 degrees. So we in this bitch like this, like, oh shit, like just shivering and shit. And I think he was like, I remember when we was in back of the van, and you was effing around, you was fucking around, and you tightened up my cuffs, and the cuffs is just digging into my wrist and shit. I'm like, yo, T, stop playing, man. I'm like, damn. So we started laughing, and so they took us down. I forgot what jail. That we got locked up at. We got locked up in Newark. We was in Newark, New Jersey. So we got locked up, and I remember like when we was in the holding tank, I'm pretty sure we was thinking, we're like, damn, man, we supposed to get some pussy, you know what I'm saying? So, and I'm like, damn, man, like, when we gonna get out of here? And, you know, this is the hood, this is Newark, right? So I'm almost certain, I forgot, they actually let, you know, that case actually, I think you got charged for like the license and registration, whatever, but they dropped the weed charge off of, they didn't, all I know is I know the charges for the weed since I was a juvenile and it was a hood and I think it was a crime scene. I think a couple people got shot. They never pursued the charges. They let me go off that. But I think they effed you on some dumb ish for the no ID, no license, registration, all that shit. Like that was a heavier weight than, you know, this little afro nappy headed light skin with, you know, some bags of weed, right? But that was a true story. And the craziest thing about it is, yo, shout out to Amy, man. You never, you know, I said your name, whatever, girl. I wish you the best, yo. But you didn't realize it at the time. But I remember the first, like I had little instances with what females before, and I'm not gonna get into all of that. But you know, everyone act like when they 14 years old, like, yo, I had sex with like 5 girls, yo, and blah, blah. No, you didn't, nigga. Stop lying. Stop lying. And I had little escapades with, you know, on some young stuff. But you were the first girl that I actually had like a real relationship. And the first time that we had sex, like I think you said you was allergic to latex or whatever it is. And I remember like you showed me a picture of your ex-boyfriend, you know what I'm saying? And I'm intimidated, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like 16 years old and you 19, about to be 20. I forgot, I don't know, but you was so much older than me. And you know, back in the day, you don't realize it, but like there's a big ass difference if the girl you messing with is 19, 20, I think 19, and I was like 16, and you showed me a picture of your ex. And it was this big black nigga, like he was a big old black nigga. And I'm like, oh my God, he probably got like a 12-inch penis and all this other stuff. And I remember when we had sex, she's like, oh my God, your dick is so much bigger than it. So I felt like a champion. Like, yo, this is true. This is true. Like, I am what I am. This is my channel. I'm telling y'all the honest to God truth. And I remember when we did have sex, like, you know, we didn't use no condom. I didn't pull out or nothing. And I was like, oh my God, this is how it's supposed to feel. I'm like, yeah. I went back and I told my boys, I'm like, yo, man, I was up in there, you know, doing my thing. And they were like, Jared, you didn't use no condom? I'm like, hell no, condoms are corny. They're for squares. We ain't doing none of that over here. And yeah, man. So shout out to you. I don't know. I might regret telling this story now that I think about it. No, this is my channel, man. This is my channel. This is what it is. It's early in the morning. And yo, T, man, I had to tell that story because if you watching Down from Heaven on this channel, man, you notice it's nothing but the truth, man. Yo, we had some times, man. I'll never forget that day, man. I'll never forget that day. And it was crazy because I forgot the name of the chick that you was messing with, but she was underage. She was under 18. I'm not saying that you were no. Like we was only a couple years apart, but it was just it was the irony of it all because you was my peoples and you was 19 and you was always a few years older than me. And I ended up messing with the chick that was 19, even though I was like 16, and you ended up messing with the chick that was like 17, even though you was like 19. Yo, man. Story of my addiction, man. We had some times, man. And I remember that. And you know what the funny thing about it was? We got released in a few hours. And I think it was, man, I think O came to pick us up. I think shout out to Omar. I think it was Omar who came to go and get us out. And I think they just said, F it, take the young boy with y'all too. And so when we got out, I think we got out and still went to the weed spot. And then got up with them. And then got up with, you know, who we got up with later on. I don't know if they came down that day, but man, that's my life, man. That's my life. We ended up seeing later on, and that girl I ended up having a relationship with. Shout out to you, but you never knew it. But I was intimidated because you was a few years older than me. And you had showed me a picture of your ex, and he looked like, you know, the big black man dingo. And you know, it's funny how life works sometimes. Damn, I can't believe I told that story. Man, whatever, man. This is my life, man. This is for my subscribers, man. I love y'all, man. Jared, the 20-year recovering sex addict. I told y'all I am a sex addict. I will always be in recovery. This is my life. You know my name. You know my slogan, discernment over delusion, living stand for something greater than one's own self-gratification. This is it. I don't want to be like nobody else, man. And I'm not. And you ain't going to find another channel like mine. This is my life. And these stories are true. From day one, I've been doing this for over 3.5 years. Yo, TJ, rest in peace, my brother. I love you, man. You my heart, man. I'm sorry I wasn't there for you. But this story is for you and for my subscribers. Have a laugh, man. I love you, boy. I'm out.